Welcome everybody, how are you? Bienvenidos a todos, ¿cómo están? Okay friends, so please let me know if you can hear the microphone well. Okay friends, so today we're going to start a new project. Yesterday we finished our Hawker. You can check the recap. We did it yesterday. I'm going to keep it. I was thinking like keep it only for members, but I decided maybe for now you can check it for free. And today we're going to start with a new project. Okay, remember that last week I created a poll to see what is going to be our new project, what we're going to create now. Remember that we talked months ago. New Masha is live. Daruoba. New Masha. Okay. So last week we created a poll. Months ago, when we were maybe at the middle of the Hawker project, we decided to start with 3D modeling. Remember that all the projects that we were creating until yesterday, were only 3D sculpting for Twitch, Kick, and YouTube. Maybe for Twitch I'm going to start with 3D modeling too. Kick, and let me finish this one and create another sculptor, and then we can create some assets, maybe some models, some characters, some animation there. So friends, the thing is that we decided to start with 3D modeling. The original idea was to create a 3D bot, but later I started working on other projects last month, December, and I learned new things. Those projects were really challenging. I learned a lot, but I want to continue with that path. So the only thing that I don't like about that is that I was very limited with the art, the deadlines like stopped me with the creation process. I wanted to add new things, more things for the project. I wanted to add more assets, all those kind of things for the project, but the deadlines were really challenging, and I wasn't allowed to do that. That's something that I don't like about work for others, if we can say. But again, you need to understand that is your work and you need to do it. I am just sharing my thoughts. I am not saying that it is bad or good. I'm just talking about what I feel with that, but it is okay. It is the way it is. You just have to do it if you have an opportunity. The thing is that I always enjoy trying to do these personal projects like the one that we were creating here, because we are allowed to do more things. Maybe that is something bad, because when you don't have like some guidelines, or not guidelines, but maybe when you have the freedom you are free to do whatever you want. Sometimes if you're a perfectionist, trying to do things in the perfect way, like me, that is something bad, because you continue trying to add things, you try to change things, and you continue like doing and maybe sometimes you do that to avoid to do something else. That is not good. So you need to learn when to stop. But I want to say that because the projects that I do here, with your help, of course, with your participation, I really enjoy, because it's like we do this together and we share thoughts. We we're building this together, and we create something really how can we say this word, something original, something very original, and we learned also, because some people can come here with ideas that maybe I don't know. We learn from those things. So the original idea was to create a bot, an animated bot. We're going to do it in maybe in the future, but maybe, for example, for the next project we can start, or maybe at the middle, because now I'm going to share the project that we're going to start right now. As you can see in the title, I created a bot, and I let you choose what do you want. Do you want a 3D bot that was the original idea? Do you want a 3D environment that was the new things that I was working on last month? Do you want game assets with the high poly versions, with the red topology, with the baking process, like weapons? I was thinking about that. Or do you want another sculptor? I let you vote, and you chose. Most of the people went for the second option, that is the 3D environment. So as you can see in the title today, we're going to start a new project, and it is called Abandoned Zombie City. Why the Abandoned Zombie City? Because for all the four options, I didn't have an idea of what to do. And some of you share some thoughts in the comments for the sculptor. But the people that vote for the sculptor shared their suggestions for the sculptor, and the winner option, that was the environment, had also a comment that is from Girish. He said he wanted to create something inspired by The Last of Us, an abandoned zombie city. Okay, the whole weekend I was busy, but at nights I had some time, and until yesterday I did a lot of research. What can we create? And I have to be honest, maybe there is something bad, but I didn't want to do just only a render. Why I'm saying this? Because most of the 3D environment projects, if we can call it is just only a building. It is only maybe some couple of buildings, but only for the render, for the final render. I didn't want that for my project, and I have in mind, but I was thinking, but if I create a big project, you people are going to get bored. But maybe not with this kind of project. And also I decided to maybe take some we can stop maybe at some time and start a new project that is going to be smaller, then we can continue. Or maybe try to do other Blender. For example, I can create I can prepare some material to do the Blender for beginners, because a lot of people here that are starting in Blender ask me to create something for beginners. I told you, a video, it is very difficult for me, but if we can prepare a live stream where I can explain all the basic tools for you, that is something. So maybe we can continue with this series, with this new series of videos, and maybe one day we can stop and do that random live stream about a different topic. So we can take a break of this project, because remember, friends, in my channel I don't do tutorials, I do live streams. And why live stream? Because that is a way for me to show you how are things, how is the really workflow of doing things, especially in the most difficult way, that is when you start with nothing, with no idea. It is easier when you have, okay, this is a project and you have to do this, these are the specifications, these are the guidelines, you need to name the objects like this. It is easier because you already know, like, the way, you already know the path. One moment please. You already know what to do. But when we start these kind of projects, we don't have an idea. I don't have an idea. And most of you help me. So by doing that, it is even more difficult, more hard, more challenging the project. And you can see here in livestream also we have limited time. Remember that here we are only at mornings, and you can see all the things that I do, all the mistakes that I made, how I plan things, the strategies that I create. Maybe they are wrong, maybe at some point I missed something. That is something that happened, and you can see all of those mistakes, and you can also see how we solve those problems. That is the most important thing, because in these live streams we are not only just doing one thing. By doing this one project, we apply a lot of methods, a lot of things. For example, in the last project I did for the first time geometry nodes. What was my first experience with geometry nodes. I don't know how to use that right now, but I try it. Okay, maybe one day I will learn. It is difficult for me, but at least I show you something, and maybe some of you people here are good with that, and you learn in my videos this new tool if you are a beginner, and you continue working with that, and now you create like really, really great things. So that is the thing about the live streams. You can see the reality, I am saying, and maybe the reality of people like me, that I am saying, oh, I am a pro artist. No, I just am an artist. I like to share things. I am not saying that I am bad or good. I am just an artist, and this is my work. I do works for other people, and that's I never show that. This is what I like to show, my personal projects. Here with you can see the real artist journey going through a project, if I can say. Then we have the time lapses where you can see the speed, the process with a lot of speed. Maybe in the recap you can see what was the whole project about. So with that being said, why I'm talking about why I did a big introduction for this new project, because I'm going to talk right now about the new project. The new project, I took the idea that is the abandoned zombie city. Again, I didn't want to just create a 3 buildings and a lot of vegetations and lights and only for the render. Why? Maybe one day we are going to do that. I'm not saying that is bad, but I say we can do something else. We're here to learn. We're here to challenge ourselves to be better. I'm not saying that the other things are easier, just in case, but we can do more things. We can do something different and something that we can use for other things. For example, in the project that now we're going to create, you can have both goals with that. You can only create a render for the portfolio, of course, but maybe you are going to be allowed if it is not well created, but at least you have a base to maybe use these assets that we're going to create for games, or maybe for your own animations. So the projects that we create here are not only just for one thing. You can use it for other things. The sculptures, I know that it's only for 3D printing, but I always add that extra thing that is hello, welcome friend. Welcome. I don't know. I think that the second character is Na. I don't know if you are from China or from Japan. Sorry, my friend. I don't speak that language. Welcome. I think that the second character is Na, right? Danaki. Yes, Danaki. I know that the second character is Na. I learned some Chinese a long time ago. I just know the Ni Hao, Wu Chao, Francisco, Salazar. Those basic things. Welcome. I don't know how to say it. You're from China or Japan? Sorry, because I don't know Japanese, just in case. But I think that in Japan you took some characters, some these letters. There are no letters. The kanji from the Chinese alphabet. and you can adapt it for your language. Sorry if I am not saying the right things, but welcome. Just if there is it is not da, it is, if it is Chinese, it is tanaki, tanaki, something like that, right? Sorry about the pronunciation. I'm from Malaysia, was born in Russia, but the characters are from China, right? From Malaysia. I'm going to, yes, okay. So the pronunciation is with T, right? Tanaki with a at the end, right? Hello, welcome. Okay, Japanese. Sorry, I don't know about Japanese, but those characters, if you ask me, the second one I recognize. I think that the first one no, but no, just because but the second one I really recognize with na in the Chinese language. Okay, thank you. Yes, I learned something about that a long time ago, and I like to learn. There was a time in the 2020, you know, the thing that was worldwide, the problem that we had. I spent a lot of time trying to learn new languages, and I learned basic things about each language. But welcome, friend. If you are new in this channel, I am a 3D artist. Most of my content is in live stream. I have few videos about tips in Blender. I'm continue to doing some time lapses, some videos, but most of my content, my whole content is only live streams. In the live stream, you can ask me a lot of things. Just in case I'm from Latin America, you may find me in LinkedIn. I'm single, the Nike in the world. Okay. Yeah, in LinkedIn, I share my work too. I just only open LinkedIn to share my projects. One moment, please. Okay, sorry, I was checking my phone. Okay, yes, so I am a 3D artist from Latin America, from Ecuador to be specific. And one thing, more of my content is in live stream. I am in Kick, Twitch, and YouTube. All of the projects we are in the three platforms, I am creating different projects. So for example, when I end the streaming here on YouTube, I start streaming on Twitch. Today we have to do Twitch, and I am working in a different project there. There are more projects because I have less time to work in there. Yes, hola, you're right. Hola, it is hello, yes. Which language do you speak in your country? Sorry that I didn't know. I don't know. I don't know most. I only know about okay. Okay, so English. You speak English? Huh? That was like a surprise. I thought that you have like a special language, because most of the countries in your that are in Asia are like I think that, for example, in Filipinas you speak Filipino, English, and Spanish. You have three languages. I don't know if in your country it is the same situation. You have your local language and maybe English too. I don't know. I'm going to do some research. Okay, I was saying that here we create very challenging projects here in live streams, and I was saying that in my channel we don't do tutorials. I don't like create a video for 10 minutes and you have the whole process in just 10 minutes. No, I like to show you the reality, the real artist journey, the mistakes that I made, the things when I don't know how to do something. When you help me, when you participate in the chat saying try this, here we build this together and you can see the reality. Because for me, most of the channels just showing you tutorials, just showing how to build this, how to be a specific this, it is like okay, but I think that with this kind of projects it is like you have a problem and you need to try to look for the solutions. It is better. It is like here you can challenge yourself to improve as an artist. That is what I am saying. I am not talking bad things about other channels just in case, but I feel that I am doing this to show you that is the like my content here, my special thing in the channel. Okay, with that being said, just in case if you are new, this is the fourth project. Today we're starting the fourth project. The 3 past projects, yesterday we finished the third project. I started with a Son Goku, with a Goku from Dragon Ball Daima, the Kid Goku. It was an sculpture for 3D printing. I didn't paint the character, I just show you the sculpting process and also the render, the final render. We painted, hand painted here in Blender, and then we create the render, the final render. The second project, that took me like 28 days, I don't remember, almost a month. The second project was a Hulk, the Hulk from the version from Marvel Rivals, the game. I don't know if you like games. We used to play games here too at night, but I am stopped to doing that and only focus on 3D here in this channel. I created the Hero Hulk version from that game. That took me almost like 65 days, I don't remember. And the third project that we finished yesterday was a Hawk Girl on DC Comics. It was a really it was a totally original design, an original creation. The character is not mine, of course, but the suit, the armor, the pose, and the whole elements of the sculpture, it was my idea, with some of you that helped me here with ideas of how we can create that. The project was started with a simple idea, if we can say, a single character, but it ended in 2 characters fighting over a base. Maybe let me see if I can show you. Maybe, I don't know if I have here the second project, so you can have an idea of what we created. This was the second project that we created yesterday. Look, it was a really complex project. As you can see, 2 characters. It was the computer was working a lot because we even were impossible to show them the render preview, because there was a lot of info in the file. The file was very heavy, and this was the third project that we created here. It started with only Hulker, but then it ended with a really complex base with an enemy and a whole fighting scene. Okay, so that project took me, including yesterday. I always, when I finish a project, you can check my playlist. You have the first date and the last date, and always a recap. That is like what we did on each file. So if you want to like start to check all the videos, you can go to the recap and then go to video 1. So included yesterday, the project took me 170 days. That project, the third project that you saw. Most of the people joined when we wasn't at the middle, and some of the people that joined here was like, man, you're going to finish that. And it is like, this is part of the process. I am only having 2 hours here to try to do things, and the worst thing is that we created this from nothing. I didn't have an idea of what to do. So every day I came with an idea, and that takes time. So at the end we finish. But I understand that some people like are tired of that kind of content, but it is the reality, my friends. If you want to have like a quick tutorial in 10 minutes of how to create one thing, you can check a lot of channels. You have a lot of channels of that. Here we do the difficult things, the challenging things, and the reality. That is what I want to show you. And this project, the project that we're going to start today, again, it is also a project that it is going to take a lot of time. Maybe more than 100 days, just like the Hawker that we created. And why I'm saying a lot of this? Because I didn't want just to create a render. The most common idea for 3D environment is just one building here, some grass, some vegetation, lights, and the render, just the render. But it is just for one thing. I wanted to create the title says Abandoned Zombie City. So I want to create a city. Today, my friends, we're going to start a new project, and the new project is going to be a whole city, neighborhoods, shop, police stations, hospitals, mountains, trees, water, government buildings, airports, a lot of things that a whole city, railroads, a whole city. And I was thinking these 3 days, because I didn't know exactly what to do. I said, yes, this is challenging. I want to do that. I want to show you that. We are going to do this together. We are going to learn a lot. We're going to be better artists by finishing this project. It is going to be, do you remember? I don't know if some of you, maybe for a while, you know that Facebook games were very popular like more than 10 years ago. When I was in high school, I used to play something called Cityville. So have the tapped out from The Simpsons, the game, the mobile game. Well, I also play SimCity. Those games where you create your own city. So the city that I am going to create, it is not going to be, of course, the real world city. No. We're going to, for example, if I have neighborhoods, we're going to create maybe 4 buildings, 4 blocks, and that is the complete neighborhood. Because in the real world, you have like 10 like, how do you say this in English? Like 4 blocks, like 10 blocks each side, and that is just one part of the neighborhood because we have more houses. Okay, that is in the real life, but in this project we're going to do this in a small way. I don't know if you have the idea. If you also, I am inspired by the ancient games, for example the Vice City, the old one. May I ask you, will you use trim texture for the abandoned zombie city? Trim texture, what is the trim texture? Trim texture, I just forgot about that. Trim texture, what is that? I just forgot, sorry friend. I usually forget about simple things. Please give me an idea. I know that I just forgot right now. We're going to also for this project, because it is going to be a big project, we're going to try to use textures from already prepared textures. My idea was to create our original textures from PBR materials, but I was saying no, it is going to be too much for this kind of project. That is going to be a lot. So maybe I'm going to try to use already prepared textures from, for example, from Polyheaven, those kind of sites where you can get for free great textures. I'm going to try just to only use the 5 common textures: the ambient occlusion, the state of optimization models. I think better to Google. Okay, let me see. Trim texture, what is trim texture? What are trim sheets? Trim sheets which original. The UVs. Design that you can reuse. Okay. This is techniques is really custom meshes and can save tremendous. Maybe that is a thing that I'm just saying, that we are going to use. Okay. It is like you have multiple textures in one image, something like that. We're going to do that, but for extra things, for example, for alphas, for decals, for vegetation, we're going to do that. But for buildings, no. It is a great strategy, just in case. But I think that we're going to have separated textures, if that is what I understand. I know about it. My friend, I am an artist, but I am not like a well educated in university artist. I don't know much of the terms of the professional terms. Maybe I don't use that. I know that to work with other people, I know I need to know that. But here we are like with the people. We talk in an informal way, okay? Just in case. So if you came here with that, it is a big word, just in case. You're right. I am wrong, but just try to explain me, because when you come here with it, with this formal word, this professional word, maybe okay, maybe I used that one time, or maybe I am using it and I don't know the name. That happened to me a lot, just in case. But you are right. I have to use this word. No. Don't worry. You, please, let me know all your thoughts. You're right. I am just saying the things that you're going to find here in my channel. We are here really informal. Look at me. I am not with tie and all those things. I'm here because in my country it is really hot climate, and you see how I am dressing, so I am really informal. It is like to showing you like the common people can do these things. Okay, yes, this is a good strategy, but why we are not going to use this, my friend? Because as I told you before, most of the things that we do here, we define how to do things when we are working. Right now I have an idea, but maybe when I'm working, it is, you know what, maybe this is not good, we should try a new thing, and we change a lot of things. That is the way that we do things here. It is not good, but again, this is my way to do things. Here we just create things, okay? We don't have like a specific guidelines, like you have to do this, you have to use this, you have to use this limited purpose. Here we are free to do things the way we want to do, okay? Just in case. But thanks for your comments. Then maybe again, for vegetation, for leaves, I'm going to use this. For decals, I think that we're going to use that too. It is a better strategy. But for example, for the buildings, I think that we're going to, at least to try to see if this is what we want, we're going to use the normal textures, just in case. But thanks for your comments. Okay, so let's see what we're going to do. Okay, thank you. Thank you. So this is my idea. Let me select all the images the references that I downloaded, and move it to the right folder, just in case. For this one, not right now, but from previous projects, I created a special folder where you can check all the references that I use for my projects, because some of you ask me, hey man, please can you share with us all the references that you use for your project? And I was okay, let me do that. So in the Discord server, you have in the 3D general chat, I think you have there a link that I shared where you have all the projects that we created here in Livestream, and you have all the references, the images that I use to create the projects. So let me right now move, and then I'm going to show you my ideas for the project. Okay. Sorry that I have to be like this, because the microphone, it's a cheap microphone, so I have to be like this so you can hear me. Maybe I should like lower the volume so you cannot hear like the cut when I finish a word. Okay, let me select all the images. Okay, thank you. Please let me know if you don't hear something well, so we can improve that. Okay, I think that this is the whole. No, this one. Sorry. A ver. Let me. Chama, espérate. Let me do this again. Oye, que te. Aguanta. Vamos así de una nomás. Vamos por parte ya. Abandon Zombie City. Also, now that I got approved in my paid projects, I don't know if I am allowed. I have to ask to the people that pay me for the environments that I created before if I can show you that, because those projects were confidential and I am not allowed to show you that. But I want to show you some things that I created so you have an idea. But right now let me ask for that, because I don't want to get in trouble. Okay, what else I find? This one, a lot of images. Chamán, aquí estoy. Siempre me confundo con el control y con el shift. Oye, que... Siempre me confundo con el shift y el control. Okay, I think that I have all the images, right? Just I'm going to copy this one and I'm going to delete. Let me delete let me select the hogger, this one, and which was the other one? This hogger. I think that I have all the images, yes. Okay, friends, so the idea was to create let me go here. Okay, so the idea was to create, now that I share with you, a city, a whole city, but it is an abandoned city. My idea, I don't have experience about creating environments for games, just in case. I created environments for games, but I don't know, I have experience, I have to say, but I just created a 3D. I didn't like move the 3D assets to a game engine. I never tried that before, but I created environment for 3D games, just in case. Yes, I was wrong, but I never tried to move it to an engine. So the things that we're going to do right now is to try to create these modular assets, so you can use that, or maybe if you are not allowed to use that, you at least can take these elements and make it well prepared for game engines. You're going to have like a starting point. Okay, so that is my goal with this project, not only for rendering but also for games. So the whole city is going to be something like this. Look at this: neighborhoods, abandoned cars. Because this is a zombie city, we're going to have buildings, again assets. Most of the assets are going to be abandoned cars. Sir, I'm really sorry, but I want to recommend to use. Yes, I use it. Yes. No, don't worry, my friend. No, don't worry. Thanks for your comments. If you hear me like I am like angry, no, this is my voice. This is my tone. I am not angry. Just in case, please participate in the chat. Yes, I use Pure Riff, just in case. Yes, I use, but right now, okay, let's use Pure Riff. Okay, so we can start. I don't want to start it yet because I always use Pure Riff when I start working on the project, and okay, now I need a reference. Okay, I add it. I don't want like to move everything there. I don't like to do that. That's why I am not using it right now, but yes, I use that just in case. But thank you, and please let me know anything that you have in mind. If you hear me like I am angry, it is just my voice. But thank you. No, don't worry. It is better for me if you write in the chat. It is better for me. So thank you. Also, please, if you are new, please help me with a subscription and a like for the transmission, for the streaming. So as I was saying, this is like the idea. You have small buildings, you have vegetation. Let me show you another reference, maybe this one. We're going to create this kind of assets. Look at these buildings, destroy buildings. We're going to create a lot of these assets. We're going to play. Okay, thank you, my friend. Thank you, and share it with your friends. If you have friends that are interested in 3D, please share my channel to your friends. The goal right now is to reach the 1000 subscribers. Okay, so these are the idea. Let me see another one. Look at this one, for example, this store. This is more like the idea, abandoned city, zombie city. Let me see another one. The buildings are going to be closed just in case, but maybe some buildings are going to be with no doors or windows, and it is like the player is going to be allowed to going through. Of course, that again, if we create a game maybe in the future, we can use like the building to go inside, and then we can create an inside environment. But the idea right now is just to create the outside buildings. Let me see another one. Also, there are going to be some neighborhoods, some parts that are going to be like closed, like people build like fortress, something like that, because we're going to have an abandoned city, but at some parts we're going to have like a small communities of survivors, something like that. Oh no, but the concept is abandoned city, so you don't have survivors. Okay, we're not going to have survivors. It is an abandoned city, but I don't know, maybe later. So I was saying that my inspiration also was this kind of games. Look at this. This is from SimCity, I think. Look, you have like the whole view here from the isometric camera. I think that this is you can see all the buildings like in a small scale. So something like this is that I wanted to create with you. This is the project. You can see the things like that. Let me see another one. The game that I wanted to show you, the other game that I was talking about was the Simpson game. This one. Look, the Simpson, the Tapped Owl. This was a great game. I really like to play this one in my phone. I think that the game stopped. It was closed 2 years ago. I don't remember. But something like this. You can see, like, we're not going to create like a whole city. We are having the idea of a whole city, but in small groups, something like that. I don't know if I think that you have the idea, right? Instead of, again, if doing neighborhoods with 10, 20 houses, no, that neighborhood is going to be maybe 5 houses, something like that. Okay. The thing is that you can see the specific areas. Okay, you can see, you can identify, this is a park, okay, this is a small neighborhood, this is the business center, this is the cultural part of the city, this is the rural area, okay, this is on a small island. You have the idea, right? So this is the thing. And the inspiration, the main let me see another look, these are more, this is like miniatures, but this is also a great reference. Let me see another. I like this one. Why I am showing you this image. We're not going to creating this in a toon style. This is a cartoon style. I am creating this in low poly. By low poly, I mean that, for example, if we have two walls that are going to be like together, in the edge, if you have a high poly version, this edge at least have to, it is going to need like a bevel. In my case, we're going to avoid that, but we're going to have bevels at some point so we can see a good low poly asset. Okay, something like that. I think that you have the idea. And this is, for me, this is low poly, but it is looking great, right? So look at the assets. For example, here in the cones, you can see clearly. Let me show you. Look at the cones. We know that if this is a high poly asset, if this is a real life object, this should be completely round, right? But look, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 10 edges here. So this is my concept of low poly asset. Okay, we are going to use this so we can create more assets. And we are going to allow to create more things with great level of detail, and we're going to try real live materials. As I told you, we're going to look for the free assets, and we're going to use that. We're going to combine. We're going to play with, for example, how to combine different textures. When some building, for example, here you can see. Look at this. You can see. Let's say that this is bricks, but this one is blue and this one is the original color. Or maybe here you can see. Maybe let's say that the original was a clear, or maybe look these bricks. Maybe the original texture was bricks, whole bricks, and then I add another textures that it is only this blue, and then with nodes in the shading window, I combine this. With some techniques, we're going to allow to combine both materials, so you can have real good this style of old building, those kind of things. Okay. Also the decals. With the decals, we're going to be allowed to create these spots or dirt, those kind of details. We're going to see. We're going to play again. I am not have a document like saying you have to do this, you have to do this in that way. While we are creating, we're going to say, okay, let's use that. Okay, we can add that. Okay, we can reuse that material with other buildings. So that's the thing. This is why I really like this asset. And look, abandoned cars. We're going to create something like this for the as props for the city. The city is going to be completely empty. By empty, I mean no zombies, no survivors. But maybe at the middle of the project, if you are tired, maybe, man, we have to stop for a while with this project. We can try something a little bit different. We can do that because I understand that this is a very big project. But believe me, my friends, we always say this at the beginning, but at the end, when we finish, there are no more great feeling when you start something like this, very challenging, and you finish it. It is the best feeling that you may have when you complete something. So don't worry. I know that at the beginning it sounds like, ooh, this is going to take a lot of time. Don't think about that. Just think about all the things that you do a day. Okay. So we're going to use this also for references. Again, I'm going to try to be low poly. Not I'm not going to create cars. And maybe, for example, here I'm going to look for only one metal, and I'm going to create different materials. I mean, I'm going to create one texture. I'm going to use one texture, metal texture. I'm going to download. And for the whole cars, I'm just going to play with materials. In one material, I'm going to paint it green, and another material, I'm going to paint it red. So that is the way that we're going to reuse assets. Okay. So we can create different. The same for houses. One house is going to be with one color. So by doing that, we are going to. Okay, it looks like you created 5 different objects, but no, it is the same object with different color or with different level of decals, of damage. So you have the idea, right? Okay, the other thing, let me see. And here we have more references. Look, a neighborhood. I don't know if I have here the Vice City screenshot that I took yesterday for a site. My friends, if you check the Discord server, I share with you a link. It is like a museum for 3D environments. That site has games, a lot of games. You can see Nintendo, PC, PlayStation 2, all games. And when you select a game, you are allowed to select one environment, and that environment is going to show you the whole asset that they created for that environment. And some of those environments you're allowed to see how they created. You can see the wireframe, you can see the textures that they use. So I think that it is a great reference, a great if you want to know how to create things. I share with you that on the Discord server. Let me see, because I took some screenshots from from some games, but I cannot find that. Maybe I didn't. No, I didn't. Let me move that. Okay, let me see this one. This is from Vice City, I think. Look at this. This is supposed to be a big city, right? But if you see it like up again, like the Simpsons and the SimCity reference, you are going to see something like this. This is going to be like the whole city, something like this. This is like the idea, because we're going to have also an island. Let me see another asset. This is the same thing but with different weather. This one is the same thing, I think. Or this is from Need for Speed. No, this is from another game. I don't remember the game. Yes, this one is from another game. I think that Need for Speed. No, Need for Speed had a lot of bridges, but I don't remember. But a game like those from PlayStation 2. I don't remember. But you have the idea. And as reference for our project, I selected my city, Guayaquil, the city where I live, but we're going to take that city as a reference. We are not going to completely use that. We're going to just use it to see how we can place the assets around the map. Okay, so look, this is my city. For example, in my city we don't have railroads, but if we are going to add railroads, I need to find a way to create a railroad. So in my proposal, for example, we're going to have to the east island. I'm going to create maybe two islands. One is going to be like exclusive island for rich people, a rich neighborhood. It's going to be here. We're going to connect it with a bridge. And the other one is going to be like a touristic island where you're going to have abandoned like wooden houses, those kind of things. At the north, you can see that we have small elevations here. If you go here, you go to other cities, but here I'm going to add some mountains to cover these borders. Mountains. All of these are going to be mountains. So by doing that, we're going to allow to close our map. We need to find a way to close the map. At the south, I think that I'm going to do the same. Add water and nature. It is going to be forest. Okay, we're going to again to like close the city with natural borders. And to the other side, we're going to continue with the main road. These are going to be the rural areas, and here we're going to have trees and lakes. This is the city that we're going to create. This is the inspiration. Okay. Oof, I talk a lot, and let me see if I can turn on the air conditioner because it is very hot in here. I am sweating. One moment, please. Okay, so maybe some of you will help me by saying, you know what, why would you change the position of the island, or why we don't add this one here? Please, I am open to suggestions, as I already told you. By doing this, because again I don't have a clear idea of what to do, I have like a very a starting point, but again we don't know what you're going to do. So I want to start with creating buildings and not place them yet because we don't know how we're going to distribute those areas. Maybe we're going to draw something, and then we're going to say, okay, here we're going to have the central city, the airport, maybe we're going to move it here, those kind of things. Okay, I'm allowed to I'm open to suggestions. Please help me. Maybe in your cities, here are people around the world, help me. You can say, why don't you place here the government buildings? Why do you, in my city, for example, we don't have like skyscrapers. How do you say the skyscraper? How do you say? How do you say this? Skyscraper. Skyscrapers. We don't have that in my city, but we're going to add it. We're going to add it. So please, I am open to suggestions. Please help me if you have something in mind of what we can add, how we can. Here in the south, we're going to have the poor neighborhoods, the middle class neighborhoods here, the middle class, the business areas is going to be like here, something like that. We're going to distribute things, but until we say, okay, we are completely sure that this is going to be like this, we're going to create the main buildings. For example, we're going to create the police station, we're going to create the hospitals, we're going to create the buildings, and at the end, we're going to move it and place it and move it to the right place. Okay, I think that you have it, just like in the game. When you buy a new building, you have the final building, and you just move it in the right place that you want it. Okay, something like that we're going to do. Okay, with the roads, I don't know how we're going to do that, because I have something in mind, but maybe it is not a good idea. We'll see, because I want to find a way to not only have straight roads, I want to have some curves, some bridges. So I want to really try here new things. What else? Also, another important thing. By doing this, also, we have to be careful of how we're going to do things, because while we are adding new things, we're going to have here a lot of, maybe, I don't want to create in different files, because then maybe I have to reuse textures. No, I don't want to do that. I'm going to have here a lot of collections. It is going to be really, really difficult. It is going to be a lot. But okay, I am talking about that because sometimes it is not because of the level of polygons that the computer is going to work a lot. Because for example, for sculptures, when I increase to million to the level of sculptures, to have more level, the opportunity to add more details, the computer is going to work. But not only with that, the computer works a lot. It works a lot also because of the amount of elements that you have in the screen. For example, if I create for trees and for plants, I am not going to create a 3D version. I'm just going to use a plane, like divide it, or maybe not, just a plane. Add the leaf, the texture with the UV, moving the UV in the right image, and the leaf is going to be only a plane. But create the trees, the leaves of the trees. I'm going to add thousands of those planes. By that you can see that you have the tree. They're going to be really good, because I created some plants for the past projects. I learned a lot, as I told you, and they look really, really good. Low poly versions, really, really great, with great detail, and very realistic, I have to say. But why I'm saying that? Because when you have the separated files, the separated objects, the computer is going to work. Not because you have a plane or the number of planes, because it is only 1,000, but you have a lot of those planes around the city, around the screen, and the computer is going to work a lot. So what do you need to do? join, not merge, but join those with Control J, join those into one only asset. And by that, the computer is going to take a break and let you continue working with the rest of the things. So with games is the same thing. With the buildings that we're going to create is the same thing. Sometimes modular things are good. We're going to have separated modulars, windows, walls, pillars. We're going to have separated files, separated assets. But to create the building, the environment here, we need to merge those things. We need to join into one asset. And by that, for example, when we have a lot of buildings, maybe one asset that I'm going to create is a group of houses. The whole neighborhood is going to be one asset. So by that, the computer is going to work less. Those are the strategies that you have to use to create environments. Also for games, because remember, when you open a game, the environment, you can see the whole world, right? But some games only focus on what you see through the camera, and the other elements around you don't charge into the environment. You only, all the uploaded things are the things that you see through the camera. That is a strategy, a great strategy for open worlds, for open world games. But sometimes you need to merge those things too, because the computer not only work by showing you having the assets in the environment. There is not one way that the computer is going to suffer a lot and work a lot. The other way that the computer is going to work is when charging those assets to the game. So imagine that the computer have to charge thousands of buildings, thousands of assets, thousands of props. It is more work to the computer, right? So those are the things that you need to know when you are creating 3D environments. And here we're going to try to see, okay, maybe we're going to group this into one asset. The neighborhood is going to be one asset, so no, don't worry. You're going to see only this for the camera, but one moment, please. Let me, the music. I don't want to have copyright issues. Let's select another song. Okay, so I think that you have an idea, right? This is a lot of work for 3D environments, and also it depends on the game that you're creating. But again, maybe you say, no, I want to create separated builds because I only want to have a building for my game. With this environment that we're going to create, you're going to have a lot of props and a lot of buildings, and you're going to allow to do whatever you want with all of this. So don't worry, my friends. So you can see the idea. It is big, but at the same thing, you are going to be allowed to use this for different purposes. So I think that you have the general idea. Okay, one moment. Music stop. I go for some water. Okay, I'll be back in a moment. I'll be back in a moment. I'll go for some water. I really need water, and I'll be back. Please don't go. When I'm back, we're going to start working on the things that we need for our project. Okay, this first day we're going to prepare the document that we need, that you usually use. We're going to prepare it today. Okay, just one moment, a few minutes, and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Okay, friends. So with that, today I want to start by writing in a document what are the things that we're going to need. First, with the buildings. Also, maybe we can start like drawing a map here, just with the pencil. A map here in Blender. We can start with that. And tomorrow we are going to start creating buildings, police stations, hospitals, military, I don't know, military stations, I don't know the names, ports, the port of the city, shops. We're going to start with that tomorrow, okay? So when I always start with a project, I always turn off the camera so you can focus only on the screen, okay? So that is what I am going to do right now. Okay, so officially we're going to start with the project. If you have any question, please let me know. Okay. So this is Blender. Let's start by writing. What do you say? We can start by writing the. Also another thing. When I create things, the faster way to do things is try to create small elements that you know that you're going to use later. For example, for a building, don't create a building, only one building. Try to create versions of windows, versions of different types of pillars, those kind of things, and then use that to create your building like Legos. Just move it, poop, poop, and in the right place, add some walls, and then you have your building. That is the faster way to do things. This is like the modular way, and this is the way that we're going to use. I know that, for example, for hospitals, for the most difficult buildings that we're going to create are going to be the government buildings, because these buildings, I told you that the city is going to be inspired in Latin America cities. So here in Latin America, most of them, I think that the whole cities, the principal cities, the most important cities of each country here in Latin America, we have a historic, it is called Centro Histórico. It is like the plaza, it is like the square, like the central square, where you are going to have the government buildings with some Spanish heritage, with monuments, the church, the main church of the city. The whole city, every city in Latin America have that place in different, with different buildings, of course, different styles, but it is like the heritage from the colonial era that we have here in our country, because we gained independence. Okay, so we're going to have that part. We're going to have the business area where we're going to skyscrapers, I think that is the word, I don't remember, and business buildings to have the city, the factories, because the city have factories, the water plant, the electricity station, the airport, as I already told you, what else, those kind of things. So right now we're going to write down the things that we need, and also I'm going to share that document with you, okay, in the Discord channel. Let me first prepare it, okay. Let's see what we have in here. Let me one moment. Let me prepare the document so we can start working, okay. Please, if you have any question, please let me know. Remember that we are here working this together. I don't want to do things alone. I want your help, your participation. We're going to add a new docs. If you have another way to share things in a, we have a confidential, man. Here it is good that I just don't share this with you because I have some important documents, confidential documents that I am not allowed to share with you. Okay, great. Let me create just a new document. And here we are. What happened? Okay, here we are. The document is going to call abandon zombie city, right? Later, again, maybe we can stop sometime in the project, and maybe we can create some zombies for this. We can animate and create some zombies for this project. It is going to be another project, just in case. And maybe for an animation, we can add those as assets. This is going to be a big project, and I really want to learn how to create games, so maybe we can create a little game with that. I was reading the title, Zombie City. The document, later I'm going to add the things that the strategy and the main goal. Let me think about how we are going to create this. I mean, how we can separate group our buildings and those kind of things. So, for example, let's start with the title here too. Abandon Zombie City. This is the title. Later we're going to change it. It is a long time ago that I don't write this kind of documents. I only take notes, but in an informal way. But I don't. Maybe you have a better way to organize things. Okay. So here we're going to have. Later we're going to add the main goal and those kind of things. Okay. Title. Let's add here main goal. No main goal. Yes, main goal. What are the things we need for the project? Main goal. Okay, let's focus only in the infrastructure. So here we're going to have city. How can we call it? City or environment distribution or elements. Environment. Please, if you have better ideas, let me know. Environment elements, or we can start and we can write a message. These are the essential assets and props that the player will find, something like that. Okay, so we know what we are talking about here. Will find. Let's start with buildings. Buildings. We need to change the format just in case. Please let me know if you can see what, or maybe you need me to increase the size of the letter. I don't know. Oh no, we're good. We're good with that. Let's continue. Buildings, okay. So let's start with services. With services, we need the power plant, of course. Power plant. The electricity. Let me specify here electricity. Electricity. Or it is. Well, let's leave it like that. Power plant, electricity. They are going to be. We should add a waterfall. No, that is too much. What do you say? Do you want me to create an hydroelectric power plant? Do you think that it is a good idea? But the power plants usually are not in the city. The power plants are really far from the city, in places where you have a lot of rain. Do you want me to, because the games that we played, that I play, usually have the water plant, the hydro plants. What do you say? In this case, are going to be thermal. Sorry, this is not power plant, is electricity. The thermal where you, here in my country, just in case we don't have a nuclear plant, but maybe we can use a nuclear plant too. In my country, we don't have a nuclear electricity, nuclear power. We have hydroelectrical infrastructures, and we have the thermal, where the one that you that uses fuel to work. The thermal, I think that is the name of those power plants. We have those two, and right now that this government is trying to buy extra energy, that is another thing, but I'm not going to talk about that. We have these two main ways to, okay, right now we can add more. For now, we're going to have thermal. We also can add, I don't know, solar. No. For now, thermal. Later we can see if we can add an hydro electrical station, and solar and wind, those kind of things. Okay, we're going to see. It is going to be a complete city. Most of these things my city don't have, just in case. Okay, of course that we need a water treatment plant. Please let me know in the comments if you have more ideas. Please let me know. The one from the subway, how can you call it? The one that treat the waste, that you use in the, how do you say that, in the pipes, in the city? What is the name of that? Let's see. I think that this. I don't know how to write this in in Spanish. What the hell is that? Drain, sewage. No, I think that there is another. No, es in Spanish it is a. Let me see. It's a big name, but in English it is short. Planta tratamiento. Yes, this is the word that I wanted to say. Planta tratamiento de aguas residuales. This is in English. Sewage. How you say?
Sewage plant.
Sewage plant. The sewage plant. We need that. What else? Please think about. What else do we need? The thermal, the power plants, substations, electrical substations, but it is not the same, or it is a different. Electrical sub. Okay, we can place this in every area. For example, in the neighborhoods, in the commercial area. Okay, we can have that. Commercial communication towers for radio. And mobile, cell phones, mobile. I don't know. How is it right order? I'm going to leave it like that. The internet, buildings, I don't know. Please, if I am just writing names. If you have the right names, please let me know. Let me see if I can start by fixing this in the right format. So, title. This is the title. Environment elements. Going to heading 1, right? Heading 1. Here, this is heading 2 or heading 3. Environments. I'm going to increase to 12. This to 12. The font size. Then later we're going to change that. Let me. But I want to to write the numbers. I don't know how to do this. A long time that I don't use this kind of number list later. Communication, internet, the recycling, the garbage, how do you call this? The garbage center, the garbage plant. I'm going to call it garbage plant. Okay, those are the I'm going to just use this. Okay, then buildings. Look, I was wrong with this one. This is heading 2, this is heading 3. Great. Now services. What are the other elements that we need here? Government buildings, of course. Government. So here we have the city hall, of course, the tax office. For now, I don't know more buildings. Maybe only these 2, because we usually have in the same city. We have in the main city, because main cities have the. In my country, we are divided by cities, provinces, and the full state, the country. So in here we have the government building, but the representation of the government in the state, in the province, the building for the province, the one that is in charge of the full province, and the one of the mayor. But I don't know those names, so I'm going to call just Major, Prefecto. I'm going to search for these names in later, okay? This is not going to be the capital, because my city is not the capital. And the Gobernador. I think that the city hall is from the mayor. Maybe here the city hall is for the mayor, but I need 2 more buildings. There is Prefecto, Gobernador. Okay, I'm going to leave it like that. I don't know the names, the real names of this, but I'm going to change that later. The tax office. What other public? No. Okay, I think that for government we have that, only that. Now, public government. This is government. What else do we have? Emergency and safety and emergency. Safety and emergency. Police station, of course. Police station, a small police outposts in each neighborhood, but this is the main police station. The fire station, we also have military checkpoints. Well, but we also have for militaries it is only one building, because we have a military building here from the Air Force. I think in my city we have in a place we have a military building. The quarantine zone. Oh, this should be with hospitals. Yes, because this is also for military. Okay, now we have what else? If we need more ideas, we're going to add those here. Heading 3. Checkpoints. Yes. Sorry, I wrote that in a bad way. Let me see what else. Military main. I always write in the other direction. I change the letters, the letter order. Here we have health. Then we are going to have here hospitals, of course. Please, I need your help. The General Hospital. Small clinics. These are going to be in the neighborhoods. Small clinics. Pharmacy buildings. Pharmacies. I don't know if that is a word or I should write pharmacy buildings. Forensic. Sorry. Forensic building. Veterinary. The animals are going to be zombies too. What do you say? Yes, to make it more interesting. Now let's go with education. Here, let me one moment, please. Health. Sorry, I'm just listening to you. Okay. No, don't worry. If you have ideas of the project that we are starting, please just let me know. And thanks for being here while you are studying. That is also really great for the channel. Thank you. You are studying what? Something about 3D or something different? Maybe an engineering, or maybe some medical stuff, or lawyer. What are you studying? You're in the final. What do you say? The exams, the tests, the final part of the scholar year. You can share those things with us if you want, of course. Shaders and how to render things. How rendering works. Oh, some technical stuff. So you are studying like in a formal way 3D. Like that is your formal education, something like that. In my country, we don't have that. I'm just all the things that I learned are from YouTube and Google, of course. We don't have this kind of. This is not a career here in my country. We don't have like game studios or movies. No, we don't have nothing of that. We have like a small poor production, local production here. And if you want to learn something like 3D or something like that, it is just graphic design, and then you can learn this kind of things. But it is not like the way that we are learning right now. Okay, great. You only use Blender or you use other programs? So here we have elementary school, various school. Tech artists. The tech artists are the ones that create VFX. Sorry about I don't Blender normal setup. The tech artist is the one that create textures. Sorry, I don't know. I just know 3D artist and animator, and those are the only things that I know. I don't try marmoset and substance because you have to pay for that, and I don't have money to pay that, and I don't want to use the pirate versions. Middle school. And you can create some VFX with no. I knew other artists that they know a lot of math, a lot of algebra, but and they can create the shaders like they with code, not code, but with a lot of maths they create shaders. That's something that I wanted to learn, but I am not good with that with numbers. They yes, I remember they create matrices in English. I don't know the word, but yes, I remember that they use algebra to create this kind of things. Middle school, high school. High school is the same. In my country, we only have. No. Let's see. I'm going to kindergarten. I'm going to call it kindergarten. Kindergarten. Elementary school is going to be school, high school, and we have the college and university. Technical institutes and university. The university, we have some universities here, but I think that we're only going to create one. My proper task to optimize again. Okay. So maybe you are going to help me with this one when I am working in this environment, because you're going to say, okay, you have to do this to do it in the better way. So now I know that why you said to me to use the trim texture. Yes, it is difficult for me to try to create that. I just want to create one texture and to group some textures in one. If I'm going to use, then I like to group things, but group things, the trim textures, I never used that before. Maybe because I was afraid, I don't know. And as you can see, I never, for example, for the last projects that I was working in the three environments that I was working on December, I saw some artists that they use the trim textures, and I have just a limited time. I don't want to try to see if this is going to work. I'm going with the safe way, that is just use all the textures that I need and then just add it. That makes my file bigger, but that allow me to use the full time that I have only to create the models. That's why I never tried. Maybe we can try it here. It is going to be maybe my first time, but it's going to be really difficult. I never tried that. But we'll see. First, we're going to model things, okay? Because again, I don't know how we're going to do things. We're just here and just creating. Now in the universities, no. Okay, libraries, research labs. Here is where the virus was created in these research labs. Residential areas. Residential area. Here we're going to have how do you say blocks are the one that you have multiple floors, right? We're going to have residential areas. But no. Let me do this in the right way. Okay. Let me organize this in the right way. For the residential areas, we have church. Well, I'm going to write the buildings that we usually have here. Churches, church or churches. Okay, I'm going to classify this into middle class, poor neighborhood, and the rich people. Okay. Let's say poor neighborhood, because believe me, this is very different, and with this we're allowed to create different environments, mini environments in the food environment. Neighborhoods, poor neighborhoods, middle class neighborhoods, and the rich and exclusive neighborhood. Rich neighborhood. No, exclusive for the rich people. Exclusive neighborhood. It is going to be one, and it is going to be in the island. Here we're going to have these informal houses. No, how can we say? Some houses that are made from different materials that are not the normal materials. How can we call this? Informal housing. The poor neighborhoods had blocks, but maybe blocks we can leave it for middle class, because in middle class here we also have blocks. Here I'm going to have the normal houses. I'm going to call the urban house houses. I need to find a better name for this one. Blocks, apartments. Blocks are the same as apartments. Here we're going to have informal house. I don't know, we can call it like that, to not say poor. Informal house. Only that. Corner stores. Informal commerce. Post. Just post. A small park. No, the small park is going to be for everyone. Small park. Yes, in the poor neighborhood. Improvised field. How can we call it? Improvised park. We're going to call, or a small park. No, a small park. How can we say this? Improvised social areas. No, but this isn't them. No. We're going to leave it like that. Improvised recreational areas. For the middle class here, we're going to have small parks, and maybe a local market. Corner stores we're going to have 2. What else we need? And church. The church are going to be also in the poor neighborhood, because you always have. But maybe oh, here. I'm going to add it here in the middle class. And here we're going to have the exclusive luxury villages, private dogs, private clubs, private security posts. That's all. Commercial area. Here we have supermarkets, local markets of clothes, those kind of things, shopping mall, bakeries here in the middle class neighborhoods. No, we're going to distribute this in the right way. We're going to have that, we're going to have that. No, let's say this here. Bakeries. Here, let me take this from the local markets. Corner stores, I'm going to take these corner stores. And maybe informal commercial posts, improvised recreation areas, middle class neighborhood house apartments, small parks. These churches, and let me see here, what can I do? Getting 4, because some of these things you can share in the exclusive neighborhood. What else we can use here? The commercial area, commercial and businesses. Corner stores, what else? Shops, bakeries, corner stores, cafes, restaurants, office buildings, of course. Office buildings, corporate towers. This is the skyscrapers. Banks. I'm sorry. Insurance buildings. The industrial zone. The supermarkets and the other one only for tools. What is the name of that? Convenience stores. We're going to see that later. Industrial. Here we have factories. We're going to specify later what kind of factories, okay? Factories, warehouses, warehouse, maybe the port. The distribution centers are in the factories, I think. But let's add it. Distribution centers. The city tower here, warehouses, distribution centers. For businesses, also hotels, touristic area maybe. Hotels, motors. What is the fuel stations? What are the fuel stations? My friend, we need to add more things. Right now, today we're going to do the buildings. Large plazas, commercial and businesses. In the city, in the government, here in the government, we're going to add perfecto. We're going to add here the large plazas from the government. These are recreational areas. Government and historic center. I'm going to call it here. Historic center. City Hall, perfecto. Maybe the Central Plaza. Large plazas we can also have in. No, I'm going to call the Central Plaza. Cathedral. Museum. Theater. What else? The clock tower. Yes, we have a clock tower. What else? Some colonial houses. That is going to be an exclusive neighborhood. The colonial houses. Let me add that in the history center. Yes, but not. Yes. Colonial houses. What else do we need here? Industrial zone. This is centers. What else? The city malls. Okay, commercial and businesses. Entertainment. Entertainment. Football stadium. Basket complex or stadium. The basket is also have a stadium. Basket stadium. Basket stadium. Sports complex. Here we're going to have some of the quarantine zones, maybe. A zoo, an aquarium. What else do we need here? Cinema. The concert area is, concerts are also in stadiums, and in some neighbor here we can create large, the plazas, the commercial plazas. These are also usually for buildings for events, for commercial events. The motels, the commercial plazas, I'm going to call here. Okay. Entertainment, the public parks. Okay. The concert arena, we have some of that. We have a concert arena, not arena, but a small place to add, to play local concerts from local artists, from small artists. I'm going to call it arena, but concert. Okay, we can call it like that. Botanical garden. Cemetery. Where do we add the cemeteries? That is an important place. Entertainment, tourism. Also, the industrial zone, the commercial and business, the industrial zone, industrial areas, not zone. So we can place here the port, the city port. Let me garden. Cemetery. Where should we add the cemetery? Maybe the cemetery we're going to add here government and historic centers, historic places. Places. Here I'm going to add the cemetery, okay? I'm open to suggestions. What else do we need for our big city? Abandoned. All of this is going to be in zombie mode. Rural areas. Rural area. We're going to have small farms because small farms, silos, of course, rural houses, of course. The highway, gas station. For example, airport and transportation. I forgot about transportation because I was thinking about where do we place the airport, the train. Transportation and mobility. In the industrial areas, in commercial, I'm going to gas stations. Maybe here, no? Why I added? This was in the rural area. Council area. terminal, train station, taxi center, I don't know how to call this. Airport. What is the name of that thing? No, it's not metro, it's teleférico, but I don't remember. I don't remember how to say this in English. Cable car. I'm going to leave it like teleférico. I'm going to search for a better name, okay? And heliport. We're going to have that in the business centers. I think that these are the main. Do you have any other thing that I am missing? These are just the buildings. Not that park. Or entertainment. Escape. That's all I think, my friends. And that's all for today, friends. I need to go to Twitch right now. Cemetery. Uy. Okay, let me one moment, please. I'm here again. Oof, this was really tired. So as you can see, friends, today this is what we're going to create. Big task. Yes, I'm going to try to do that. So remember, friends, this is a big project, as you can see. We're going to try maybe sometime to take a break from this and maybe do a small projects, or maybe another live stream that has nothing to do with this. Okay, so that's all, friends. Please, I will really like your help with this, because as you can see, there is a lot. Again, right now I don't have in mind how we're going to distribute all the things, and most important thing, I don't know how I am going to create the roads, but we're going to start with a small assets. We're going to start with windows, with doors, with those things. We're going to create a lot those assets. For example, for the windows, we can create big windows, broken windows. We can create closed windows by wooden. A lot. We can create a lot of things, and that is going to help us to then just move in the right place for our building. Okay, we're going to start like a small to create the big things, and then we're going to group that for just one thing. You're right, small text, and you can reuse. Yes, that is the way to create 3 environments, and that is the way that I want to also do, so we can maybe create modular kits. Also, I want to say something. Now that you are a tech artist, I was thinking, this is my first big environment project, because the other big project that I created for environment was an island, but an island you have a limit. I created like 29 buildings for that building. I created a lot of trees. I created a small dock, also some recreational areas, small parks. I created a lot of things, post, electrical, those kind of products, but I have like a specific design. So I knew that at the beginning the windows are going to be like the same textures, are going to have the same textures from the other buildings. The other buildings are going to have the same textures. But in this case, we have a lot of buildings. So I don't know if we create the assets and we can start using the textures from the beginning, or we should just wait. What do you say? Maybe we can use the textures later, we can change it, but the most important thing is, because when you create the UVs, you can say that, for example, if I create a UV, let's talk about wood, for example. When you unwrap the element, sometimes are in a vertical way, but maybe the wood texture is in this way, so you need to change that. So maybe it is a good idea to start working on the small objects with the textures too. I think that is a great strategy. Yes, I think that is what we're going to do. Okay, so we're going to start with that tomorrow. Just one thing, friends. Remember that I already told you that if I am starting with a new project, I mean, it depends on you. Me as a tech artist see some optimization, but it's for a game. Okay, we can try. Remember that we try always things here, and then if we don't like it, we change it. That is, again, that's the special thing about this kind of projects. We don't have we don't have like a document. We just do, and when we see, okay, this is good, we continue with that. That's how we created projects here. Let me just add the map of my city so we can say what we're going to do. Let me disappear so I can create let me disappear my camera. Let me disappear my camera so I can create the thumbnail for the thumbnail video for today. I always do that. Let me turn off my camera. Okay, now we can see the full. We can leave it the. Shit! Let me change the music because I don't want to have copyright problems. Let me. I don't know what other artist. Let's go with this one. Okay. Okay, now we are here. Yes, we'll see. When I create assets, when I create 3D environments, low poly, I use that strategy. I always start with small things. Again, I already have the final image that the people want me to create, so I already know and a style that I need to follow. And most of those buildings are like a small environment, so the whole buildings have like the same textures, so it is easier. In this case, we have a lot of things, but we're going to use a lot of textures. Maybe we're going to use 2K. I use for those projects 4K. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so that's all, friends. For today, that's a strategy. You already know what we're going to do, what is going to be our project. We're going to start tomorrow with the modeling. If you have any question, if you have any suggestion, please let me know. I'm going to try to use Bevel for my projects, but if we will see that this is too much, maybe we'll change the strategy. Okay, I am open to suggestions. Please, if there are other artists that can say just like this, please, I am open again to suggestions. Let's make this our project, not only me doing this and you only see. I want you to participate with me as the other projects. Remember, for the other sculptors, you helped me, you gave me ideas, and we did this together. I want the same for this. Write all your thoughts, write all your feedback. With that, I know what I need to change. If I don't have your feedback, I just continue doing things. It is better if you help me with that. By that, I can improve as an artist, and maybe you also are going to get help with maybe with your artist journey. I don't know. One moment. I think that I need to move this one. No, I'm going to leave it like that, because let me think. In the thumbnail, usually this is going to be covered. No, I'm going to leave it like that. Don't worry. Okay. So with that being said, this is all for today. I think that I don't have more time to continue with Twitch. No, I think that I don't have more time to continue. Maybe I need to close this right now and then start with Twitch. Maybe with Twitch I continue at evening. What can I do right now that I can use the other time in the evening to create the Twitch project? Maybe I can check some CAD. Okay. Let's see if I can continue with Twitch right now. I will have only 1 hour to continue with Twitch. Okay, so that's all, friends. Thanks for coming. Please remember to subscribe, give it a like, share this content with others. Let me think. With Twitch, maybe later, after the evening, when I finish my workouts, I can do that after taking a shower, or before taking a shower, before dinner. How can I organize my time right now that this project is going to take me too much time? I am thinking that. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Goodbye. Thanks for coming. By the way, and thanks for your help. Okay, LC. Okay. So, thanks for coming. Please remember to subscribe, give a like, share the content with others, leave a comment below. Please follow me on my other platforms, Twitch, Kick, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Remember that you can find me. Hello, Nikki. Welcome. You were just in the first one of the streaming. You can check the whole streaming because I almost took the whole streaming. We are starting with a new project. We are starting with the zombie city, the abandoned zombie city that were proposed by Girish, and were the option that was voted, that had the most of the votes in the weekend. We finish Hawker, just in case. You saw the final result. Let me show you. This is what we did for Hawker. Let me show you. This is the final Hawker that we created. If you lost that, you can check the recap that I created yesterday. Today we're going to continue with the zombie city. It's going to be a model. And it is going to be maybe a big city for sorry, let me hide this. It is going to be a city that is going to have a lot of, you can see that today most of the streaming I explained the whole project, and also I started to write to create a list of all the things that we're going to create. It is going to be a really big project that you're going to be able to use it not only for render but also for games, or maybe for other animation. Would you use no I don't want to use those. You can use that to create a series, but no. To do this by ourselves, we're going to create low poly versions of all the series, and all the maps and all the things we're going to do it by us. We're going to sculpt the mountains. We're going to do all the concepts. The thing to do is textures. We're going to use textures for our assets, because if I just imagine that I create textures, it is going to be more time. No. We're only going to use the textures that are already created. So that's all, friends. Please, if you want to check the whole live stream, you can go to the beginning. I explained the whole project. Most of this streaming was to explain the whole project. We're going to start working tomorrow. Okay. If you want, you can join to our Discord server. You can share things about 3D. You have some 3D links for that. It is going to be good for you if you want maybe some references. No, don't say sorry. Why are you saying sorry? I didn't say that you were wrong. No, but I saw your this is like an add-on or something extra, but no, I don't like that. We're going to create our operations. Remember the city build, the tap out from the Simpsons, the game, the SimCity game? We're going to create something like that. We're going to create something like that. We're going to create something like that here. We're going to start with buildings, and then we're going to see how we're going to place those in the map. The surrounded. I explained the whole project. Okay. We're going to surround the city by natural borders, sea, mountains, and trees. Those are the things. This city is going to inspired by Latin American cities, because I'm from Ecuador, and the map is going to be like the map of my city. We're going to add a lot of things that we don't have in my city, like trains, like skyscrapers, or how do you say? I don't know how do you say that. Those kind of things that you have in the USA. We're going to add that. Okay, and I am open to suggestions. I'm going to upload this document, to share this document in Discord, and so you can maybe add some other suggestions. Today also I write the elements that we're going to use, and separate this as different by the type of building that it is going to be. What else? If you want me to collaborate with your project, again, as a freelancer, you can contact me. There is my email there, the social media accounts, the LinkedIn page. You can create a project on Apple and C3 and send a messenger too. If you want to know what kind of computer I am using, you have the kit code link here in YouTube. In that side, you're going to see all the components that I use for my PC. Those links are going to take you directly to Amazon, where you're going to find more information, of course. And finally, if you want to support the channel, you have the super thanks, super stickers, super chats, and memberships. Let's see if we can continue with that, because my numbers are really bad right now, and maybe in the next week I am going to not be allowed to continue with the memberships until I have better numbers, better views. So let's do this together and continue. Share this channel, write comments, please. That helps me a lot. If you don't have money to support me with super chats, super stickers, and memberships, a really good way to support my work is with like and subscription, and to share the content, please. That helps a lot, and with that you help me to continue with the channel. What else? I think that's all. And also you have a PayPal link, and even better, you can get one of my models. If you want assets for your games and animation, you can visit my Turbo Squid store. If you want sculptors for 3D printing, you can visit my Cold Series store, and you have CG Trader, a third option where you're going to find assets and sculptors. Maybe I'm going to ask for the people, for the CG Trader people that I created the last 3D environments, if I am allowed to upload the projects that I created for them as my project, and then you can see the projects that I created. It is something low poly, but also you are going to be allowed to buy that on CG Trader. What else? That else, I think. That's all. Thanks for coming. Please remember to subscribe, and I don't have much time to continue on Twitch. We'll do a quick Twitch today until 2:30. Yes, 1 hour. Okay, let's do this. So in a few minutes we'll continue on Twitch with the other project, with the Musketeer, with the Sculpting Musketeer. And for those who are still here and want to know something extra about this, remember that this is going to be a big project, but maybe at some times we're going to take some breaks, and maybe we can create other things for the project. For example, we can model and animate some zombies for the abandoned city, some monsters for the city. We'll see how this is going to be. Okay, that's all. Thanks for coming. Please remember to subscribe, and see you in the next one.